Alrighty. Looks like everything seems to be in some kind of order. Let me just check the microphone here. Cool, we got sound. Might want to chuck on a bit of background music just to keep the entertainment going. Welcome back to Sketch Jamuary for the final installment for 2026. I will be drawing some famous faces. Now, I haven't done one of these since basically last year, but this is Caricature Resolution 2026, and this is in partnership with the ISCA, which is the International Society of Caricaturists. I've been a member of these guys for about going on like 13 years now. They're based in the US, so I've only ever been to one of their meetings, but it was a lot of fun. The convention was great, but it is expensive getting over there, so traveling all the way from Australia to hang out and do some drawings is not the most practical use of my time, so I'm gonna stay here and do some caricatures. So let's just go through the list real quick. This was kind of like the basic idea behind Caricature Resolution is you were sort of supposed to do one of these every day for basically the duration of the first month, and life just gets in the way when you're a working professional, and I just wasn't able to really do any of these, so I'm going to tackle that tonight, I guess. So we've got Boris Karloff, Mayim Bialik, Lawrence Fishburne, Jodie Foster, Harrison Ford, McKenna Grace, Tommy Lee Jones, Bette Midler, Billy D. Williams, Juno Temple, Matthew Perry, Rosie O'Donnell, Suraj Sharma, Zoe Saldana, Zac Efron, Christina Ricci, Efran Khan, Cloris Leachman, Kay Luke? Is that Key or K? I'm not sure. Ariana Greenblatt, Bella Lugosi, Semi Hanratty, David Prowse, the guy who played. He wasn't like the voice of Darth Vader. He was just the guy in the costume. Brie Larson, River Phoenix, Julianne Moore, Yaha Abdul Mateen II, Caroline Jones, Kyan, Sabrina Carpenter, and James Earl Jones. So, as I've just been talking for the last 10 minutes straight and boring the pants off of everyone, I would like to just say, let's get cracking. I'll just turn up that music just a wee bit as well. So Boris Karloff is the first one that I'll be drawing. And this is kind of Boris Karloff from memory, but I'm also just opening up another browser extension, so I've got some references to work from. Absolutely fantastic actor. Got his hair going the wrong direction. So that great 1930s hair. This guy played Frankenstein, the monster in Frankenstein. Yep. So Boris is great for that kind of brooding villain face. Very sort of angular. Gaunt appearance. Very thin lips and refined features. So I just saw the trailer for the new Super Mario Brothers movie. And I gotta say, it looks pretty amazing. Like the care and attention to detail. It's definitely gone into this one as well. Like, I am very, very impressed with what these guys can do. Looks a bit grim, this guy. So they got him to play Frankenstein's monster and the Mummy and the Grinch. So let's see how many of these I can actually get through. Okay, so there's a few of them. That's for sure. I was spelling this woman's name wrong for the longest time. It's not Miriam Bialik, it's Mayim Bialik. Or Mayim Bialik. It's like I remember watching back in the day the show Blossom. She was Blossom on Blossom. So having a few minor I mean, there's always technical issues with these kinds of things. We're always, you know, that's what we're content. That's what we're always seem to be up against. You know, sometimes you think, oh yeah, oh, I reckon I've got this all stitched up, and then you get hit by a bit of a curveball, and you know, life just has other plans. See, what you want to do when you're, you know, just sort of just drawing for fun. I mean, this is about as close to drawing for fun as I actually get. Not that I'm not drawing for fun all the time, but this is like, this is the off the book stuff that I do. I don't count this as work. It's a bit of fun. So I'm always trying to make like sort of little minor improvements every time. I want to be able to sort of enter that flow state as well. You ever do that? You just sort of, you know exactly how something is supposed to look, and you just trudge away until you get there. Hey there, Carolina Lena. So you're in Sydney as well. That's great to hear. That's where I'm currently broadcasting from at the moment. Just realised how old Lawrence Fishburne is. Isn't that weird? Like, I mean, you sort of have this image of actors as like not aging for some reason. Like, I have very vivid memories of the last thing I watched him in, which was The Matrix, and I realised The Matrix was like nearly 30 years ago. So, yeah, lots happened. He's That's the thing. I haven't really seen him in anything else. You know what I mean? And he was great as Morpheus, you know. I remember watching that at the theaters as a kid and just like leaving that movie. Like, I had never sort of questioned my reality before. But yeah, just far out. Like, no movie I'd seen up until that point had made me like really think about, you know, deep philosophical questions, quite like The Matrix did. and I'm just talking about the first Matrix. Like the follow-up sequels, I didn't actually go and see. I like that first movie stuck with me, and to this day, it still does. Like, you know, the amount of influence these movies from that era have on just pop culture to this day is really incredible. Anyway, I'm talking too much. I don't know, is he in John Wick? Yeah, let me check. Yes, he is. He is in John Wick. Cool. I actually haven't seen John Wick. Nice. Yeah, like I only know of the John Wick movies. I actually haven't like sat through any of them. They look pretty cool though. Like, so Lawrence Fishburne has sort of a very sort of blocky, bricky face. Oh, congratulations. Welcome to your 40s. As a fellow 40-something millennial, I gotta say, yeah, all the things you've heard about it are true. Life actually does begin at 40, apparently. For me, it actually kicked off at 41, but who's counting? Yeah, I gotta say, as a 40 something, like, as a millennial in general, I think that we lived through pretty much the best, like, bunch of movies. Like, just growing up in the 80s and, you know, having the 90s as well. Oh, it was just magical, you know? Man, I am way off with this face. Far out. What am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, you just think, oh, yeah. I'll get over this nostalgia. And then you just don't, you know? You just think, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make sure that my kids know just how amazing, you know, the childhood that we had actually was. I mean, when I look back at it, and I've made this point several times before, actually growing up in the 80s and the 80s that we remember is pretty different. Nice. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, what is it? Like, I mean, the music was amazing. The movies were iconic. All those amazing actors were in their prime. We had a pretty amazing run. However, um, you know, just give me a second. I have distinct memories of things like Stranger Danger and you know being worried about clowns living in the drain and stuff, and to a degree that's still a thing. You know what I mean? Like, and also like I have other like distinct memories of a lot of the movies that were made and aimed at children were scary as, and all of the adults smoked. Like, pretty much 90% of the grown-ups in my life were either smoking or trying to quit. And this was a time when there was still, especially in the United States, there was still like active serial killers. It was an amazing time to be alive, but it was also unusually scary. Oh yes, I do remember Y2K. I remember I remember listening to the Prince song 1999 unironically for the last time. It's just like, 2000 party over. And it turns out, yeah. And we were kind of like, we were paranoid, but at the same time, we had a pretty good idea that like nothing really major was going to happen. We were kind of thinking, yeah, maybe something will happen, but nothing ended up happening. So, you know. I remember Silverchair, far out. Yeah, that takes me back. I remember the Frog Stomp album. I think the most profound lines in like any song that I remember from back then is, you say that money isn't everything, but I'd like to see you live without it. You think you can keep on going living like a king? Ooh baby, I surely doubt it. Or I'm pretty sure that's how it went. To this day, those lines still hit. Trying to get the eyes right. And the eyebrows. Yeah, my favourite album by Silverchair was definitely Freak Show. And I remember when you could just buy singles. You know, you could go out to the record store, and you could pay like, you know, $5 to $10 and just get like a CD that had, you know, 3 or 4 songs tops, and it was that one song that it had the hit song that everybody loved, that was like, you know, on, you know, constant play on the radio and stuff like that. And you know, you just bought that one song and you listened to that pretty much all the time. You know, you might have had a Discman, you remember those, and you just walk around and you'd have your headphones in, and like the Discman would start getting a bit worn out. You know, it'd be running off like AA batteries. Jodie Foster. I don't think I've quite captured Lawrence here. I'll come back to him later. $2GB, yes. Oh man. Yeah, I'm very much in camp easy listening myself. Like, I am so grateful to Billy Corgan and the Smashing Pumpkins that they made all this easy listening music along with their heavy stuff. Like, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness is predominantly, like, you know, easy listening. And it's just like, you've got this sort of like cool sort of grunge goth garage band that has done their due diligence and made a lot of, like, you know, soft rock stuff for the oldies, because it's like Billy Corgan knew that he would age and his fans would age and everyone would just get older anyway, so yeah, he just recorded a bunch of, like, you know, songs like 1979 and Tonight Tonight and what's another one? Ava Adore. You know, all these songs, amazing. Hey there, how's it going? Let's draw in some faces. So this is what I get up to in my downtime, you know, just having a quiet sketch, reminiscing. Okay. Lots of missed messages. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, like just the amount of like amazing music from that time, you know, and seeing Billy Corgan, you know, as a distinguished older gentleman, and hearing him like, you know, describe his creative process and how he goes about coming up with songs and stuff, just amazing. And like, I heard him I think he does a podcast now. Like, he just sort of said, look, he basically described what he does as he just visualized everything. You know, he's like, this is my band, this is what I'm going to call it. And he wrote stuff down. Like, he went and he manifested everything. This is how amazing, like, his creative process was. Like, he went and he just said, you know what, I'm going to write everything down. I'm going to call the band Smashing Pumpkins, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to, you know, make some amazing, you know, fun, cool, interesting music. And what really amazed me is the comedian Bill Burr is his brother. So apparently his dad, they share a dad. They've got different mums, but they share a dad. And yeah, apparently his name is Bill, and Bill's name is Bill. So two Williams, two Williamses. And apparently they don't particularly see eye to eye. We've got like a lot of I guess like a lot of family issues. But the thing is, like, both men are like exceedingly successful in what they've chosen to do. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's like, you know, it's like just because we had a pretty ordinary and awful childhood doesn't mean that we can't just both grow up to be like amazing celebrities. Like, Bill Burr is still very much one of my favorite comedians of all time. Made that eye a little bit on the wonky side. Let's bring that down a little bit. Let's raise that forehead. Let's extend these. And Jodie Foster has a very angular face. But I tend to, when I exaggerate, I tend to make my caricatures a bit bottom heavy, so I tend to make the jaw a bit, you know, a bit on the larger side. Hey, no worries. Oh, yeah, it's getting a bit late. Yeah, have yourself an awesome night, and I'll see ya when I see ya. I will do my best to try to be live every other Thursday night for Sketch Jam. So I will be updating my schedule to reflect that. Let's yeah, absolutely, and yeah, feel free to subscribe if you're so inclined, and yeah. Thanks again. I'll see you next time. Oh, Harrison Ford. Okay. Pop that up there. And Harrison Ford is in his 80s. Like, I mean, he's keeping himself exceedingly well for a man of his particular advanced years. Like, the fact that he is, hang on, let's have a look. Harrison Ford. How old is Harrison Ford? 1942. So Harrison Ford is 83. Whoa. So Harrison Ford, yeah, he's 83. He's been married 3 times. Mary Marquardt, Melissa Matheson, and Callista Flockhart, who was Ally McBeal back in the day. So yeah, that's me flexing my 90s nostalgia. And yeah, wow. She hasn't really been in anything since then. But she's she's still going strong. Married to Harrison Ford back in Sorry, not 1991. She's been married to Harrison Ford since 2010. So, wow, good on her. And they have a son together by name of Liam. Oh wait, no. No, that's her son from a previous marriage, I guess. Or so, I don't know. Anyway, neither here nor there. Hey, how's it going? So I'll make some of these faces just a wee bit smaller. So I'm kind of in a bit of a race against time to get all these done before the end of the month. I mean, I'm probably not going to be able to do that, but who cares? I had fun doing this. Because like, there's really no there's no like pressing incentive to get all of these done within the allotted month. I mean, I find that a little bit hectic of a schedule. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, if you're so inclined, feel free to subscribe. The more the merrier. Absolutely appreciate you guys. Thank you. See if I can find a good photo of old Harrison. He always either looks like, because he's an old man these days, like he always looks sort of bemused and grumpy. But I mean, for someone thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just sort of doing like some catch up with these caricatures. I'm also thinking of investing in a new chair. I bought the chair I'm sitting in like last year, and the gas lift on it, it just keeps, degassing on me, and I'm, kind of annoyed that that's the case. Harrison Ford's nose is slightly bent to one side. Oh man. And also, this particular iPad is kind of ancient. This is a Gen 3 iPad. I'm still using the old school with the. If you're familiar with iPads, this particular style of stylus, the Apple Pencil, as it were, that's still got like the lightning charger cable on the end. So yeah. I am well within the requirements for a tech upgrade. And don't worry, like again, this is I just want to remind everyone, this is just Sketch Jam. This is just me, like just drawing real quick, not putting too much thought into it. Coming back and maybe reworking these drawings again at a later date. That's the interesting thing, like the more you observe and the more you notice, and the more you refine a drawing, you know what I mean? Like you just think, oh, I missed that bit. I've always been very impressed with Harrison Ford's hair. Kind of made him look a little bit goofy. A little bit cross-eyed, a little bit weird. Yeah, I might come back to this face. I'm not particularly happy with how it turned out. I think there's something about drawing like older celebrities. Because that's the interesting thing about like the aging process. It's I kind of made him look a bit too goofy. It's like because we have this general idea of like famous people, you know, looking a certain way because we just remember them as they were in their youth, or like on the movies that we used to watch and stuff, and we have like a really sort of like hardwired image of them, you know, like. So it's like when you see the new show Fallout, and it features Kyle MacLachlan as oh hey, how's it going? It features Kyle MacLachlan as Mr. McClane. Like he's like sort of the main bad. He's kind of the main bad guy. I'm not sure exactly if he's the main bad guy, but you know he's sort of the antagonist in the show. And like the thing is, like he's in his 60s now, and or maybe he's even in his 70s. Actually, how old is Kyle MacLachlan? So he's 66. So he's kind of old. And he's playing. Who's he playing right now? He was in Twin Peaks. I remember him in that. He was great in that. And he's in Fallout. Alongside Walton and Goggins and Ella Pennell. I don't know who McKenna Grace is, but I'll look her up. Oh wow, she's really pretty. Interesting face too. McKenna Grace. Okay, let's have a look-ski. See if I can find her. Oh, she was in Captain Marvel. You'd think Google Image would be good at like helping you find like a decent reference photo, but it's actually surprisingly difficult to. Oh, that's a good one. Crooked teeth. Freckles on her nose. Alright, so this will be. Oh, make sure I've got a separate layer for her. This will be the last one of the night. She's got a great face. So yeah, with Sketch Jam for February, it'll just be called Sketch Jam. It won't be called Sketch Jamuary. Sketch Jamuary is more of a it's a way of kicking off the year, starting with a bit of a bang. Sort of getting into the habit of going live. Because it really is like it's like working out, and I really should be working out a lot more. It's also World Carnivore Month. So if you're on the carnivore diet, this is officially your time to shine. You know, share recipes, the majority of which involves steak. Like, I must admit that the carnivore diet does have a lot of amazing like benefits, but it's in many ways, in my personal and very humble experience. Hey, how's it going? I got to say that the carnivore diet, at least from my point of view, is one of the most expensive things I've ever committed to. Also, I should mention, what's that? I've actually got last year's caricature resolution as well that I still need to finish, so I'll also be tackling that too. It's kind of a backlog bonanza. Pops, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm kind of getting used to the idea of fatherhood, I must admit. All these like moving parts and different challenges. Like I was talking earlier to someone in the chat regarding hitting that millennial milestone of 40. Like, as an older millennial, you sort of have that experience already sort of slotted away, that you can sort of prepare the table for the newbies to show up. At least that's how I see it. Hey, how's it going? Alright, so I'll just make sure to rename these. So, what's her name again? McKenna Grace. The girl with the first name for the last name and the last name for the first name. Interesting naming traditions. Like the old school, like non-spelling mistake names will never go out of fashion. But yeah, like, all I know is one day there will be entire nursing homes just full of Taylors and Jessicas. Anyway, guys, once again, thank you all for tuning in and checking out the live stream. Now, I will be back either on the weekend or like next Thursday. So I'll be jumping back into this in February, and I'll be doing a whole bunch of these before I go away for a little while. I'm actually I've got some work overseas coming up, so I will be gone for the majority of the end part of February. But February is a pretty short month anyway, so don't sweat it too much. But yeah, in the meantime, we'll just do the quick playback. But yeah, in the meantime, I'd just like to thank everybody who subscribed, who dropped in a like, or just hung out in the chat and said hi, guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you, and yeah, so I will be updating the schedule going into February as well. If you're a fan of what I do, let me know in the comments and the chats. Love to see the feedback and everything like that. And yeah, in the meantime, I will hopefully be able to get through this entire list this year. I promise you. Or at least I promise myself that I'll do it. I've already knocked down 6 of them. So, yeah, I reckon I'll be able to get through the rest pretty easily. So, yeah, until next time, guys, I'll see you when I see you.